Good night. Welcome to Conversation with Rickford Burke. This is Rickford here in New York. Lots of news to catch up on tonight. Share the link, everybody, wherever you're watching me from. Ensure you like, follow, or subscribe. Whichever platform you're watching from, take some time right now. Watch, follow, subscribe. Share the link, everybody, for my people in Bartica. Share the link. Call up all your family and friends. Let them know that Conversation with Rickford Burke is on. It's just about 10:20 here in New York and the same time in Guyana. And I'm here, full team on board. Share the link, everybody. Share the link. Share the link. I'll come back. Well, let me do this. Let me see who is watching. Good night, Sandra Hanover. Good night, Desiree Smith Fox. Good night, text me. Let me know who you're watching from. Dawn Barnes. Good night. Jasmine Shepherd. Innes. Good night. Andrew Griffith. Good night. Keith Rutherford. New Jersey. Beresford. Sorry. Good night. Fort Washington. Kenneth DeFlormont watching from Fort Washington, Maryland. Good night. Tandika Stewart. Good night to you. Sandra Sargent. Good night. Jennifer London Dundas. I think that's Duncan. I think it's just flown past so quickly. I saw somebody watching from. Wow, that one. Someone watching from St. Lucia. Good night. Peggy Ellis, Maryland. Good night, Andre Ned. Somebody asked me why I'm always picking my nose. I have severe allergies. So when it's affecting my eyes and my nose, sometimes I gotta, I feel like something is on my nose. So it kind of itches. So share the link, everybody. Get into all your Guyanese groups. Share the link. Greta Sears, sorry. Good night. Cecil Ogle, good night. Watching from Festival City, Georgetown. Good night. Newark, New Jersey. That's Jennifer London Dundas. Jennifer, good night to you. Big up to the people in Newark. Deborah Clark watching from Barbados. Hey, Deborah, where are you watching from? Bridgetown, St. Lucie, Christchurch. Where Barbados are you watching from? Share the link, everyone. Share the link. Share the link. Locked in. That's right. That's Mary something. Sonia Sargent. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. So Neville Cital. Greetings from a hiker. Vote for Aubrey Norton. Okay, that's your right. Orlando Alexis. I think that's what I just saw. Crown Heights, Brooklyn. Big up Brooklyn in the house. There's rewatching from, I don't know where's that. Nigel Price watching from London. Good night to my people in London. Good night to everybody in Europe, London, France, Africa, Japan, Germany. My friends always watch from there. I didn't see them on yet. Auntie Brenda Casey, good night. Brooklyn in the house. Brenda Casey. Is it Brooklyn or Queens? Whichever one. Watching from Memphis, Tennessee. Wow. Who's that? I just saw somebody watching from Memphis, Tennessee. Jennifer P. Watching from Memphis, Tennessee. Good night. Good night. Good night, Jennifer. Mr. Jamal Aziz. Good night. Watching from Region 5. Good night. Good night. Somebody's calling me. I'm live, so I'll call you guys back. Audrey Allen. Good night. Watching from Trinidad and Tobago. Miss Lachmin Aziz, Region 5. Good night. Share the link, everybody. Share the link. Share the link. Mark Hopkinson watching from Guyana. All right. So share the link, everybody. Share the link. We'll be back in about 60 seconds. Share the link. Subscribe, like, follow, whichever.
The PPP's history of violence, racism, and terrorism in Guyana is well established. They killed hundreds of black citizens and burnt their homes during the civil war they incited from 1961 to 1964, and bombed the Son Chapman Linden Ferry, killing 43 black men, women, and children. Later, Barat Jagdeo's regime formed death squads that killed over 1,000 black young men. During the 2020 election saga, Jagdeo urged supporters to harass, menace, and attack President David Granger and his ministers.
When the ministers of Granger or Nagamoto come here, you say to them, walk behind them, chase them out, free up the country. They're gonna face a different situation right across the country.
Threatened that there will be no peace in Guyana.
If they think that they can have the kind of peace that we have now, they're wrong, very, very wrong.
And sent a PPP gang member to threaten to kill President Granger and his cabinet. Irfan Ali and a gang of PPP hooligans attacked then Foreign Minister Dr. Karen Cummings and tried to overturn her vehicle. Anil Nanlal threatened to kill journalists and to run Afro-Guyanese citizens out of Guyana.
It's the same American doorstep they will have to run. It is the same CARICOM that they will have to go through. It is a very, they will not have repercussions, and they live in some insular world that they are insulated. Well, they will learn bitterly.
Everybody does have a newspaper to use as a weapon. Yes, sir. I told Adam, I said, Adam, people got weapons. Right? They don't got newspaper to use as a weapon, they got weapons. And when you continue to attack people like that, and they have no way of responding, they will just walk with their weapon into the same fucking Safan Street office, and what comes to do? And innocent Peter will not pay for fucking parliament, they want me. But tell you innocent, but tell you honestly, man to man, that's what happens.
This is a protest and a struggle against racism and injustice, and this is what we are working to eliminate.
All right, welcome back to Conversation with Rickford Burke. Of course, this is Rickford here in New York. Let's get straight into it. So you saw the video there. You saw the PPP's history. That's a synopsis of the PPP's history in Guyana. And like I said, keep sharing the link, everybody. And like I said last week, these guys committed all this atrocity against Afro-Guyanese. They don't want us to talk about it. Their strategy, if we talk about their atrocities, if we talk about them killing out Black people, if we talk about them assassinating Black people, forming that squad to kill Afro-Guyanese citizens, we're racist. Well, damn it, let's all be racist. If talking about the PPP killing Black people is racist, I want to be a racist because I want justice. If that's their definition of racism, seeking justice for the hundreds of citizens, Black citizens that were killed, if that's racism, let's go for it. That's not going to deter us. Label me all you want. Strong water and ducks back. I don't care. I want justice. That's what I care about. So now they're recruiting Jermaine Figueroa, James Bond, and a whole host of Black folks. People said they're being paid, I don't know, to go and say, hey, don't listen to Burke, don't listen to Norton, don't listen to anybody else. The PPP pill and red Kool-Aid is not poison. We will not kill you out. No, we will not. We will only kill you at nights when nobody could see. Are we going to label you criminals and kill you out and people can believe that you're a criminal? Vote for us. Seriously, they're sending Jermaine Figueroa, new converts to the PPP, and James Bond, and others in the PPP, new converts from the PNC, to go to Black people and say, vote for the PPP and we will enslave you and treat you nice. Vote for the PPP, we will kill you anytime you resist our ethnocracy. Yes, we will kill you, but we will call you a criminal, so it wouldn't look that bad. That's what they're doing, right? So I noticed that they deployed Juana Jill, Bond, Figueroa, and some others to Linden. I mean, if I were the PPP, I would stay away from Linden. I mean, them ballers got some balls. The PPP over the last 28 years of when it's been in government has demonstrated nothing more than absolute hate for Linda. They don't want me to talk about that. If you talk about that, you're being divisive. If you talk about that, you're racist. Keep sharing the link, everybody. Share the link. Don't talk about our record. That's racist. Don't talk about our genocide. That's racist. Now, it takes some kahunas as a black person like Bond and Jermaine Figueroa, who was the member of parliament for Linden, who fought the PPP for the rights of black people in Linden. That man got some kahunas, boy. To now turn around and tell the people, yeah, come and vote for the people that killed you. Anybody in Linden here on this live? Can anybody in Linden tell me right now if they're going to vote based on the recommendation of Jermaine Figueroa? I mean, Jermaine is my friend, but it's politics, right? Literally, this man was like yesterday telling people the PPP kill you out, sabotage you, they're not fit for government. Pointing out how the PPP destroyed Linden Mackenzie Sports Club ground. Pointing out how Linden, how PPP took away the station and the voices of the people at Linden, the radio station. He said, vote for the PPP now. The man ain't got no integrity. But integrity does not matter with the PPP. So, I mean, who in Linden is going to listen to Jermaine Figueroa? I mean, what credibility does Jermaine have? Seriously, I'm not bashing him. I'm analyzing the situation he's found himself in. What credibility this man got? Yesterday, he telling you, vote out for the PPP, vote on the PPP. They're bad, they're killers. He was excoriating the PPP over the killing of Keon Fugunde, or however you pronounce his name, and Ronaldo Peters. Now back to the PPP. Keep sharing the link. Keep sharing the link. I mean, PPP got some balls, as I said. Barrett Jackdale stifled Linden. Marginalized the bauxite industry. Deliberately shut down Linden so that the people of Linden could punish. Barrett Jackdale did that. Shut off all economic activity from Linden. Why? Because only about a couple hundred people voted for the PPP in Linden. When on the Ramatar, when the PPP government attempted to increase electricity tariffs in Linden, the cost of electricity, by I think by 35% or something like that, the people protested. The people protested. You know what the people government told the police to do? Shoot them and kill them. Use live bullets. Shoot them because they blocked the bridge. Shoot shoot them and kill them. Shoot to kill. A senior officer told me that was the instruction. Shoot to kill. Clear the bridge by any means necessary. Shoot them and kill them. You know who they gave the instruction to? Do you know who was the commanding officer? The commanding officer was Clifton Hicken. Long time PPP buy, old slave, extraordinary. That sounds like the British here. House slave extraordinary, Clifton Hicken. If he got a chance, he would wipe Jagdale's Bamsi. That's the man. Shoot to kill, shoot to kill. How many? Shoot to kill. They shot into the crowd and killed 3 people. The PPP has never apologized. The Guyana police force has never apologized for the slaughter of the people of Linden. Never. That's in 2012. And they never even compensated the family or the town. Listen, in the 1990s in New York, early 1990s, when a Hasidic, which is Jewish, driver killed this young man, Kato, in Crown Heights, hit him and killed him. We had riots in Brooklyn. Riots, terrible riots, that the police did not handle well. The city did not handle well because they didn't take the side of the victim. They took the side of the Hasidic Jew. I am not relitigating that. That's history, right? I'm not relitigating that because that was resolved. The city acknowledged that the Black community in Brooklyn, in Crown Heights, the West Indian community, was being subjugated, was being shortchanged. And the city, as a result, understood why tensions boiled over so quickly and extensively. And they paid atonement, reparations. For that, they poured billions of dollars into building back the community, investing in the community. The PPP doesn't know what is that. Don't let anyone fool you. Nobody in the PPP cares about Black people. They care about window dressing. They don't care about Amerindians. Why Jack they refer to the Amerindians as a racist slur? They care about window dressing. You think they give a damn about Pauline Sukai and her constituents? They want to hold her up as a token so that Amerindians can say, oh yeah, they're inclusive, they believe in diversity. No, they don't. If they cared about the Amerindian community, they would not have allowed those 20 young ladies to die. They would not allow a minister to rape an Amerindian teenager and cover it up. They don't care about the Amerindian community. They don't care about the Black community. They care about the East Indian community. Facts, straight up. We ain't sugarcoating this thing. They care about the East Indians. Not even all East Indians, the East Indians that vote for them. That's an ethnocracy. That's racism. But they said, no, If you talk about our racism, you're racist because your eyes is picking up it. Your eyes are lying. So they ain't paying no they never reinvested in Linden. They're like, man, take your 3 dead body and go along. Share the link, everybody. Right? Police come again. April 2025. Run and kill Ronaldo Peters. And lied. The police headquarters get caught lying. Put out a lying statement that the man run and gun. They shoot the man and kill the man deliberately. And they kept him in the vehicle, driving around Linden. It's similar to the story we had in Baltimore. Right? The man did. Protests erupted, right? Ain't nobody said no, watch no police kill an innocent man, shoot an innocent man and kill him. Protests. The PPP again. Call the boy, well, for his obedience in killing the people of Linden, Clifford Hicken was awarded the position of police commissioner. Every time they use a black person to attack and persecute one of their own, they promote them. We black people like incentives to do wrong. They send Sarabo to my house. Luckily, he didn't go back in a body bag. All the way in New York. Then the promotee, skip him from deputy soup straight to assistant, from assistant straight to superintendent. Why, thank you for going to Bork House by. Yeah, you're a good house slave. Take a promotion. They did the same thing with Caesar. Send Caesar to investigate me and investigate how they could hire Hitman for kill me. Then promote Caesar. So they put Hicken to kill out the people in Linden because they think killing black people will bring us in line. Then they promote it to commissioner. So the people started protests the killing of Ronaldo Peters. More instructions in Linden: shoot to kill, use live bullets. We heard the assistant superintendent at the bridge telling Amanzo Walton, the Zeroed MP, telling MP Devon Sayers, telling the regional chairman, we are using live rungs. Let them get out of the way. Live rungs. Yeah, man, black people, shoot them down like animals. That's the PPP. Shoot to kill. They kill Keon Fudgeonay. Shoot to kill him. Shoot the man straight in the throat. Bust an artery, kill him. We watched the blood pour out of his neck live. And now, the same people who instructed the police to shoot Fudgeonay like an animal in the street, they're sending James Bond and Jermaine Figueroa. Jermaine, who stood up right there and blamed the PPP government, he is now coming back to tell you, vote for the killers. Linden chased them out. Chase them, they pass you. Your former MP stood up a few months ago to tell you the PPP has the police killing you out in Linden, shooting you and killing you. That time he had on a green t-shirt. Now he baptized in the Jim Jones red Kool-Aid, and he come back in a red shirt to tell you, vote for the killers. The ice pass you, Linden. And I want everybody in Linden to share this video with the entire population of Linden. The ice pass y'all. They think that they could send, like they did in Africa during the slave trade, they want to send black people to catch you and sell you to the PPP, to be enslaved and to be slaughtered when you're non-compliant. That's what James Bond and Jabon Figuera are. You can liken them to the slave catchers in Africa. And this is not a joke. I'm serious about what I'm saying. That's what they do. They're coming to lie to you for the PPP. I heard the Prime Minister, Mark Phillips, said the PPP did more for Linden than the AP and UPS government. Well, forgive him. He must drink kerosene I like, or horse pee, or barrack pee, like Sam Hines. Share this video with the people of Linden. Chase them, black people, when they come to tell you that the people who have been shooting you out, the people who bombed your grandparents and great-grandparents, for decades the PPP has been terrorizing Linden because there are black people there and they don't vote for them. They subjugated you. They cut you off from economic survival. They shut down your businesses. They took away your jobs. When the nurses striked in Linden, they refused to pay them. Instead, they tried to fire them. They sent some big belly man named Small to terrorize the nurses at the hospital. The people protested. They shoot and kill them. Killed 3. Now, in 2012, now they killed 2 more. How dare you black people protest against us, the ethnocracy of the century, of the region? And they sent in Juana Jill, Jermaine Figueroa, James Bond, to tell y'all, hey, we know we kill y'all, but vote for we so we can kill y'all again. Are they serious? Are they serious, Linda? Share this message with everybody in Linden. And I could talk freely because it's a fact. They want to buy you. They're sending black folks to buy you so that they can enslave you. They're buying you for your own bondage. These people think that they could manipulate it. They even try to manipulate the US. They think they're so slick. They're even trying to manipulate the US, using US law enforcement to attack their political enemies in the United States. Don't buy it, Linden. When they bring you their hampers, collect it and vote them out. When they give you money, collect it and vote them out. When they bring equipment, collect it and vote them out. You remember just recently when the sawmills were on fire and the regional chairman and the regional vice chairman and the mayor of Linden and the deputy mayor of Linden, day after day, day in, day out, called on the government to send more resources to out the fire. They ignore them. Why? Because it's Black people in Linden that would be affected who don't support the PPP. When it got out of hand now, and it started to spread wider afield, they sent up the big belly, clumsy looking, Humpty Dumpty prime minister, skin in his teeth. A Black man, an Afro-Guyanese man, who claims that he's from Linden, who watch and see the suffering of the people of Linden, refused to act until Jagdeo sent him and Ali sent him to Linden. It's like when they join the PPP, they have to strip themselves of their identity. Strip themselves of their identity. And instead of seeing the Black community as their constituents, the Black population as their constituents in the PPP, they see them automatically as their enemies because the PPP sees Black people as enemies. So they're making this big push. They're making this big push for Black votes because about 25% of the East Indians that they relied on to vote to keep them in power, gone, migrated. They're down 25%. And a lot of East Indians are already saying they're not voting or they're not voting for them. So now they have no choice than to come back to the Black people for votes. But instead of coming with humility, I say, hey man, we messed up. We made some mistakes. We acted misguidedly sometimes. All of our actions weren't righteous. We committed errors. We've injured the Black population. We've denied you justice, but we want to make up for that. And here is how we will do it. No! How dare you tell them about my history, you racist? Look, come out and vote for us because we're the saving grace for Guyana. They will not even acknowledge and apologize for their atrocities. Linden, has the PPP ever apologized for killing those 3 protesters? No. Did the president apologize to the police for killing Keon Fujine? No. For killing Ronaldo Peters? No. Did the PPP ever apologize for punishing the nurses for standing up to their rights, for their rights? No. They've never apologized for anything. But they want to come and tell you they did more for you than the PPP, PNC, and the AP and UFC government. Yes, they did more. They killed your citizens, Linden. They killed your citizens. That's what more they did. They placed you under subjugation and oppression. That's what more they did. They denied the nurses their rights and their salaries. That's what more they did. Vote for what? Vote for them for what? For what? That's what I want you to ask Bond and Egil and Figueroa and all the others coming to deceive you on behalf of the PPP. Vote for the PPP for what? To die? To be killed? Keep them in government to kill more Lindeners? Keep them in government to punish more nurses? Keep them in government to deny more citizens their rights? Keep them in Linden, in government, so they could keep denying you, Lindeners, your fair share of the national resources? Keep them in government for what? That's the main question for tonight. When they come to you, Linden, ask them, vote for the PPP for what? Keep them in government for what? For what? Now, let's move on to, briefly, Azruddin Mohamed. Now, like I've always said, I support everybody's right to run for president, run for any political office in Guyana as they please. And I believe that Azruddin Mohamed's candidacy is good for democracy. More people in the race. And I have been expressing some concerns. I'm not opposed to his presidency, not interested in bashing him, not interested in bashing. All I'm interested in is bashing the PPP. And if his candidacy enhances the ability of the people of Guyana to get rid of the PPP, so be it. But I have concerns. Guyanese must not allow anybody to wake up overnight and come and tell, yeah, we're running for president, we run behind them. The elections are 3 weeks away. 3 weeks. 1, 2, 3. I come like that little right. 3 weeks away. Today is the 7th. 1 week has ended in August. We don't know who's the prime ministerial candidate for this party. Oh, this man running this country alone, if he will. I know he has a team. But who is the prime ministerial candidate? Why aren't you guys asking questions? It's making me suspicious. Is he going to wait towards the end and say, well, Barjade is my presidential candidate, my prime ministerial candidate? Or Adil Nanla? Or somebody from the PPP? Or somebody else from Mars? We know who the AFC's vice presidential candidate is. We know who forward Guyana presidential and prime ministerial candidates are. We know who the APNU presidential and prime ministerial candidates are. We know who the PPP presidential and prime ministerial candidates are. This man is running and getting large support from the population without answering questions. I want to know if all these people support him, if at any time he reconciles with the PPP, if he's going to team up back with the PPP. Listen, Guyanese, this man has supported the PPP for decades, funded their campaign. Reports are that last campaign, 2020, he gave the PP $100 million to help defeat David Granger. Is this a complete divorce? Or are you going to marry back them? We want to know. He must come out. Azruddin Mohamed needs to come out plain, straight, simple, unequivocal. That we want to hear, I will never collate with the PPP. No, we want to know if you will ever support back the PPP or fund them. Yeah, collate. We want to know if you happen to be in the parliament, you and your party, in the opposition. But if you win government, that's fine. But if you don't win the election, if you are in the opposition and the other opposition MPs are supporting a no confidence motion against the PPP, if as a matter of principle and obligation, you will support that motion to oust the PPP from government. We want to know. We want to know how you're different from the PPP. Let me tell you why. If this man either wins the government, then the PPP would be constitute a large block of the opposition. If he loses the government, if he doesn't win the election, he will have some MPs, it appears, if Green Party can translate the support it has on the ground into votes. So between the PPP and Win, are they going to drown out the voices of the supporters of the AP and UPNC, or Forward Guyana, or Assembly for Liberty and Justice, or AFC? This is a serious consideration. We are allowing these people to go into elections without seriously contemplating the stakes. I'm a political operative. I think political. And I want to know, and Guyanese should ask, who is the prime ministerial candidate? We want to know. We ain't buying no picking about. Who are you going to support a no confidence motion against the PPP if there's a minority government and the PPP is the government? Because my objective, the opposition objective, and he says his objective is to see the back of the PPP. The other issue I have is this. When you read, and I have it in front of me here, when you read the OFAC sanction statement, it says that Mohamed was sanctioned because of corrupt dealings and bribing PPP government officials. These same government officials are calling him sanctioned man. He corrupt. He smuggled gold. He owed hundreds of millions in taxes. Who this bribe was paid to, Mohammed? We're not asking you to admit to criminal conduct, but name some names of the people who you know are corrupt, because according to the US government, you bribed them. So you don't have to admit bribing them, but name them because you know they're corrupt. If you don't want to implicate yourself in criminal activity, if you don't want to admit criminal liability, talk to a lawyer, find a way to name them. Let us see that you're serious. About defeating the PPP. You know, Azruddin Mohamed and his family know who are the people in the PPP who are corrupt. Name them. If you want to name them yourself, put somebody else to name. They can't sue you because you got the facts. You know how much money you bribed them. You know if you bribed them. You know what the US government is talking about. Time to we want to see you putting pressure on the PPP. No, hold me loose man and said, yeah, Barrett is talking about me. That's nonsense. We don't want to hear that. We want to see, we want you to demonstrate that you're serious about defeating the PPP. And if you're serious, you will expose the corruption that you witnessed firsthand in the PPP. If not, you're already in. And mind you, like I said, I am not opposed to his candidacy. I think it's good for democracy. But I want to see him going after the PPP. The PPP throwing cannons, shooting cannons, and he throwing back mud ball and snowball. What is the electorate to think about that level of non-seriousness or apparent non-seriousness? Step up. The elections are 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away. And the Guyanese people have a right to know about the corruption in the PPP, which Azruddin Mohamed witnessed firsthand. If not, you can't convince anybody that you're not PPP. You can't convince anybody that you would not go back into the PPP. After all of these people would have put their trust in you, their confidence in you as a political leader. Nascent, albeit. We want to know. The people have a right to know. Who's your prime minister candidate? Name the person. What are you hiding? You're afraid that nobody will sanction? Come forward boldly as a candidate. Stop hiding in the shadows. Come out and give that bold speech about corruption in the PPP. Why Guyanese must not trust them? Because you, Azruddin Mohamed, have first-hand knowledge of what goes on in the PPP. How we know that? The United States said so. And a PPP executive member was sanctioned with you. Why don't you ask the question, but Barrett, why are you attacking me? How about May Thomas? So this kind of like a little backroom love affair thing going on is a little suspicious to me. And we want to know. I've asked some questions. The people want to know. I see Stabrook News now has asked some questions. Step up, buddy. Politics is about transparency. Have a good night. See you again on Sunday night for another edition of Conversation with Rickford Burke.
The PPP's history of violence, racism, and terrorism in Guyana is well established. They killed hundreds of black citizens and burnt their homes during the civil war they incited from 1961 to 1964, and bombed the Son Chapman Linden Ferry, killing 43 black men, women, and children. Later, Bharat Jagdeo's regime formed death squads that killed over 1,000 black young men. During the 2020 election saga, Jagdeo urged supporters to harass, menace, and attack President David Granger and his ministers,
When the ministers of Granger or Nagamoto come here, you say to them, walk behind them, chase them out, free up the country. They're going to face a different situation right across the country.
Threatened that there will be no peace in Guyana.
If they think that they can have the kind of peace that we have now, they're wrong, very, very wrong.
And sent a PPP gang member to threaten to kill President Granger and his cabinet. Irfan Ali and a gang of PPP hooligans attacked then Foreign Minister Dr. Karen Cummings and tried to overturn her vehicle. Anil Nanlal threatened to kill journalists and to run Afro-Guyanese citizens out of Guyana.
It's the same American doorstep they will have to run. It is the same CARICOM that they will have to go through. It is a very, they will not have repercussions, and they live in some insular world that they are insulated. Well, they will learn bitterly.
Everybody doesn't have a newspaper to use as a weapon. Yes, sir. I told Adam, I said, Adam, people got weapons. Right? They don't have newspaper to use as a weapon. They got weapons. And when you continue to attack people like that, and they have no way of responding, they will just walk with their weapon into the same fucking Safan Street office, and what comes to do? And innocent Peter will not pay for fucking pardon. They tell you innocent, they tell you honestly, man to man, that's what happens.